Hello again, everybody. So we're going to talk today again about roast dinners, which, as I've said before, are one of my favourite meals and a really, really amazing time to come together as a family in both cooking and eating together. And there is no better feeling in the world than people eating your food that you've prepared and telling you how amazing it is. That's such a wonderful feeling. So today we're going to look at beetroots. Now normally we know beetroots as being purple, but again you can get heritage beetroots which come in a variety of different colours. So I've got orange ones and purple ones, and today we're going to look at how to roast those off and make a super tasty side that can be with a roast or actually for any meal throughout the week that you can enjoy. So all we need to get this ready is a peeler. Now we're going to have to really be careful of our fingers. We don't want to lose any fingers or cut any parts of us, so we need to go really, really slowly when we're peeling. We need some garlic, and we've cut those before, so I'm going to show you again how to do those. Some thyme, our spray, and a knife. So the first thing we're going to do, I am going to move all the beetroot to the side. We're going to top and tail them, and remember that means you take the top off it and the bottom, so you have this kind of shape. Now with the peeling you need to go super slow, because obviously you're peeling towards where your fingers are, and if you go quickly the peeler can take a little bit of skin off, so I obviously don't want you to do that. Now with the beetroot, these orangey yellow ones, which look a bit like an orange now, don't they? They're so bright. They won't stain as much. However, when you start getting to the purple ones, that can really stain. So be really, really careful what you're wearing and what you're touching, and especially if you've got woodwork surfaces like we have, not to leave the purple on there, because it can really mark them. Get rid of all the stuff we don't need. And then you're just going to cut through it, just like that. And you're just going to cut it so you've got some really nice thick wedges. So again, I'll do the purple one now, so see how that hits straight away, and on my finger there you can see the colour's already coming out. Now it's a lovely, beautiful, rich colour, and I love beetroot because of that, and it makes, you know, it's just such a beautiful colour, and it is such a tasty vegetable to be having. And the mix of them is just brilliant, and they both offer so many different textures and flavours. But again, if I show you my hands, already that's really going red. Now if I got that on my clothes, that would stain my clothes and that wouldn't come out, so you need to be super careful. So now we have all of our beetroot cut and looking fantastic. Now the first job we need to do before anything else is have a clean up. If you look at my hands, they're an absolute mess, so I need to wash my hands really thoroughly. Our equipment as well, give that a wash, because that purple will stain anything else. And remember, with the peelings that you've got, don't leave them on any work surfaces, or if you've got like a white sink, anywhere like that, just get them straight in the bin, or ideally if you compost, into the pot ready to go into the composter, just so that you're not going to stain anything in your kitchen. So we're going to look at our garlic now. Now remember, these are really small, so you wouldn't necessarily use a big knife like this. As we said before, you would use a littler one, but we're going to top and tail the garlic. That is the best way to, and look what I've done, I've just held that down, pulled, and I've got a lot of the skin off already. You're going to tail it and do exactly the same to the other side, which means you can then very gently get under there with the edge of the knife, and that will get off all of the skin we don't want, and those bits of garlic are what we're going to use. Okay, so we've now got all the garlic we're going to use and those peelings. So those peelings are going to go in my bucket for the compost heap. Now composting at home is an amazing thing you can do, and you can do it with just a bin, or if you've got more area like we have, you can have a whole area for it, but we might have a look at that later. So the first thing you're going to do is get your tray. Any kind of baking tray that'll last. This is one of the Pyrex ones. Give it a good spray. Again, I've chosen that just to reduce down the amount of oil that we're going to be taking in with this meal. Just going to pour them in there. Again, I would have used a bigger tray, but with it being clear, it just means you can see all the lovely colours and everything. So I'm going to pop that down there, because our garlic, now that we've peeled it all, we're just going to cut it down and drop it in. And as it cooks, it'll release these wonderful flavours that'll just infuse and mix with our beautiful beetroots. Perfect. Look at there. Now thyme is a really lovely herb. Now you might want to put on this like rosemary or oregano, anything like that. I really like thyme with this recipe. So just give it a good sprinkle over. As you can see, I've not gone mad. There's a nice layer on there. Haven't used that much though. I'm going to give it another spray on top, or if you're using real oil, another little drizzle on top, and then get your hands in, get messy, get it all turned around so that that garlic and the thyme and everything is all mixed together. Finally, salt. It's one of my favorite things, as you know, and it just enhances flavors in food brilliantly. So you're just going to pour that in there, and that's going to go in the oven at about 180 degrees, 360 Fahrenheit, for about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then you're just going to give it a turn around and see how it is. So I thought I'd quickly bring you out here. As you can see, I'm in our vegetable garden, our kitchen garden, but what I wanted to talk to you about was the composting. So I'm just going to spin around, and this really messy area behind me is where we do our own composting. Now, if I show you this has come from the kitchen of the beetroots we've just been cooking. And all you need to do with the composting, if you've got an area or a bin or anything like that, is just chuck it on. Now we have it in two sections, so that this section over here is the stuff we're using now. That's stuff we composted last year. And then the section I've just thrown that onto, we're ready about next year to start putting into the soil. But it's absolutely full of nutrients and all the amazing things that you need to be able to grow your own vegetables at home. And even if you can just compost in like a small bin, it's such a good thing to do. And it means you've got so much fewer waste from products that you're cooking in the kitchen. So we've just got our beetroots out. They've been in for about 30 minutes and they're looking beautiful. And I wish you had smell-o-vision because they are just smelling incredible. That thyme and the garlic roasting with them, just beautiful. So we're just going to give it a stir up. Obviously that purple is going to infect some of the others, but that's absolutely fine. It's just a really nice medley of flavors that's going to be in there. So that needs to go back in the oven now for about another 30 minutes. Our beetroots are out of the oven and they are looking incredible. They're so vibrant and full of color. I love the fact that the purple does go on to the other ones. You can see as well, they're just slightly charring on the outside, and that's just where you want them to be. So they're still soft, or they're still crunchy on the inside, but they're soft enough you can eat. And I just think they're brilliant. And as I said before, I wish you had smell-o-vision because these smell incredible. You can see those little bits of garlic in there, and you can eat the garlic as well. So we have our beetroots. When I'm serving a roast and having it with my family, I love having it as family service. And what that means is having all the vegetables and everything in their own plates around the table so that everybody can have exactly what they love and as much of it as they like or as little of it as they like. Now, that's why I've got these all in separate bowls. As I said a moment ago, the smell is gorgeous and it's really making my mouth water. Time for the taste test. Let's find one. They've still got that real natural crunch to them. They haven't gone too soft. The thyme working with the garlic, excuse me, talking my mouthful, is just stunning. It's such a nice side veg, and because we haven't used oil, they're not dripping. They'll be fantastic with any kind of gravy or anything you have with them. I did put another spray over when I spun them over again, partway through, and it's just finished them off beautifully. They're just crunchy on the outside, in all the right places. So have a go at these, and I hope you enjoy.